Visit our sponsor, Narada Real Estate Investments, right now. Get their free ebook, The Ultimate Guide to Passive Real Estate Investing, at PassiveRealEstateGuide.com. That's PassiveRealEstateGuide.com. I'm asked all the time, Christopher, with nearly $12 trillion in negative yielding debt, how do I get a return on my investment and how do I properly diversify? Well, I think with fully renovated cash flow rental properties. So one of the reasons why I recommend Narada Real Estate Investments. Again, click the link below right now to get their free ebook, The Ultimate Guide to Passive Real Estate Investing. Go to PassiveRealEstateGuide.com right now. It's free. You've got nothing to lose. Click the link below and let my friend know, Marco Santarelli, that Christopher Green of AMTV sent you. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green, and you're tuning into AMTV, Alternative Media Television. Vladimir Putin warns of nuclear war. And the mainstream media doesn't report on this at all, because it must not be relevant.
Вопроса нет, а система ПРО продолжает строиться. Значит, мы были правы, когда говорили, что нас обманывают. С нами неискренне, ссылаясь на якобы имеющуюся иранскую ядерную угрозу при строительстве системы ПРО. Ну так оно и есть на самом деле. В очередной раз пытались нас надуть. Сейчас построили эту систему, сейчас ставят там ракеты. Так? Но вам должно быть известно, что ракеты эти закладываются в капсулу, которая используется для пусков ракет средней дальности «Томагавк» морского базирования. Туда закладывают сейчас антиракеты, способные поражать цели на расстоянии 500 километров. Но мы знаем, технологии развиваются. Мы примерно знаем, в каком году примерно американцы получат новую ракету, которая будет уже не 500 километров, а 1000, а потом больше. И с этого момента они начнут угрожать нашему ядерному потенциалу. Мы по годам знаем, что будет происходить. И они знают, что мы знаем. Это вам только вешают лапшу на уши, как у нас говорят. А вы, в свою очередь, вешаете своему населению. И люди не чувствуют опасности. Вот меня что беспокоит. Ну как мы не можем понять? Мы тащим мир вообще в совершенно новое измерение. Вот в чем проблема. Делают вид, что как будто ничего не происходит. Но я не знаю даже, как достучаться.
The end of the world, World War III, and a nuclear holocaust is not newsworthy for the mainstream media. Yeah, that's right. Vladimir Putin warned just a couple days ago that this is where things are being escalated towards. He specifically stated that the West, the U.S., that can't be trusted, is positioning as a guise Iran and the threat of Iran, even though Obama's negotiating with them, as the reason they need to install a missile defense shield, a system in Europe that directly threatens Vladimir Putin in Russia. Why isn't the mainstream media reporting on this? Instead, they're reporting on Pokemon, Kim Kardashian's ass, and the latest shenanigans that Justin Bieber's getting involved with. You know, we are in unprecedented times, folks. I've reported on this again for going on 7, 8, maybe we're even getting into 9 years now. It's amazing how time flies, how this is going to end very badly. Geopolitically, with physical conflict and physical war, and economic warfare, which is we're already in the midst of. We're already in the economic fallout of 0% interest rates, negative yields. In fact, nearly $12 trillion, a supernova debt bond, is negative yielding debt. Think about that for a minute. Nearly $12 trillion is negative yielding. Bill Gross called this a supernova recently. And when it pops, it's going to be catastrophic and unlike anything we have ever seen in the history of the world. You see, we're in an environment now, folks, where you can't get a return on your investment. The criminal Federal Reserve, of course, is printing money out of thin air, 0% interest rates, and negative interest rates in Europe and potentially here in the United States, and quantitative easing until infinity because they've got to push up this phony system. They've got to keep the engine going. The masses need to keep drinking that Kool-Aid. The sheep need to go to their slaughter. You see, this is the agenda. So in a world where there's nearly $12 trillion of negative yielding debt and zero, if not negative interest rates, how does the average guy get by? Not to mention the threat of nuclear war. Well, you know, I'm not a pessimist. Honest to God, I'm an optimist. I couldn't build AMTV. I couldn't do anything I do without being incredibly optimistic and a little bit of an entrepreneur. But the way that I combat these massive problems is through really simplicity. Diversification, something I've talked a lot about over the years. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. It's one of the reasons why I've recommended gold. It's also one of the reasons I recommend real estate as another part of that diversification bucket, and it's how I personally actually allocate my wealth. You know, I've got a friend named Marco Santarelli, and I wanted to plug him because he's a tremendous value, and I think he's a tremendous value to you. Again, his name is Marco of Narada Real Estate Investments. You can check him out at passiverealestateguide.com. That's passiverealestateguide.com. He's put together a special report on passive real estate investing. I think it's about 30 pages. It's free. All you have to do is give your email, a little bit more information, and he'll send that out to you. And you can do your own homework and own research. But Marco's really taught me, the guy's brilliant. He's been doing this for years, how to actually look at this real estate bucket strategically. Because, you know, many of you baby boomers tuning in can't get a return on your investment. It's not like you can get 4 or 5%, 6, 7% in treasury bonds like you once used to. You have to take excessive risk. You have to Ponzi up the U.S. stock market through, again, this artificial reality that I think will bring even more quantitative easing in the not too distant future. So this is another way through passive real estate investing where you can generate cash flow over the long haul and actually sleep at night. And, you know, for me personally, that's what I really look for is, you know, how can I sleep at night? How can I do my job? How can I bring the truth to the viewing public on a regular basis, do AMTV, and still manage the rest of my life and my business and my family and my finances? And I do it primarily through a good business plan and through diversification. And it's one of the reasons why I recommend real estate as part of that bucket. So go check out Narada Real Estate Investments at passiverealestateguide.com. Click the link below. Register now. Let them know Christopher Green of AMTV sent you. And learn how to build wealth through investment properties over the long haul. So we're faced with these amazing, amazing threats, folks. Unlike anything I think that we've ever seen in human history. How the model's changing. I mean, you look at the Brexit, for example, how they voted to leave. And of course, that's engineered by people like George Soros, the destabilization effort that makes up, you know, mass migration and the planned immigration into Europe and also the United States of America. But you see, people are angry because they're coming to terms with the fact that we're living through a new revolution, a technology revolution where the robots are taking over. They're even killing people, right? Didn't that just happen in Dallas? A robot killed the alleged shooter, which I believe to be a conspiracy. I mean, people used to say, oh, Christopher, you know, when would robots ever kill human beings, police robots? Well, they just did. So there's this technological shift. It's kind of the equivalent of the Industrial Revolution, but the technological revolution, which is just destroying jobs. I mean, think about all the Uber drivers, for example, that have found work through that new amazing technology, but will soon be out of work because of that same technology and self-driving cars being propelled by Google. You know, the traditional service industry is just being eradicated through this massive change. And it's why you've got to take the bull by the horns. It's why you can't rely on the traditional educational system, the traditional business model for your financial well-being and your personal well-being and future. You know, I'm not the only one that's been saying this for years now. You know, the United States of America is only angering the Russian bear that makes up Moscow and Vladimir Putin and that giant. The West is only angering the rising East. It's why there's this political and economic warfare. But you see, I don't think it's just rhetoric anymore. I don't think it's just a warning from Vladimir Putin. I think it's actually the thinly veiled truth. Americans don't realize how close to a nuclear event we actually are. They're too busy playing Pokemon. I mean, I'd not even heard of this up until yesterday. And now it's like mainstream news, augmented reality, people playing, Pokemon on the border of the beach in San Diego and places like that. It's crazy. It's absolutely ridiculous. And again, the demographic shift that we have right now is only creating an environment that cannot support the upside down pyramid scheme that makes up this new artificial reality today. Again, supporting Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, all the benefits that many of you baby boomers paid into and rightfully deserve is not going to be supported by a millennial generation currently living through the greatest technological shift the world has ever seen. It's absolutely life-altering. It's a game changer. The criminal Federal Reserve is potentially taking interest rates to zero in the not-too-distant future and potentially ushering in another round of quantitative easing because it has no options left. It's fired the last bullet. That's why the S&P 500 is hitting a new all-time high, because it's the only direction that the Federal Reserve can push the market. Again, they can't allow a normal business cycle to occur. They can't even allow us to have a minor recession, yet alone a depression, which is actually what we're really involved with right now, structurally. But nobody wants to admit it. With structural employment issues, with growth issues, with demographic issues, and a technological shift unlike anything we've ever seen in human history, which again means you need to take the bull by the horns. You want to sleep better at night? Take action now. Investigate these things I talk about. Download your passive real estate guide at passiverealestateguide.com. Educate yourself. It's free. You have nothing to lose. I really believe in education. I believe in taking action steps to prepare, whether or not that's with your investments and it's with real estate, or it's with gold, or it's with your education, or it's just living a happy, holistic, fulfilled life. A lot of people in today's day and age are afraid of risk. They're more afraid of failure, and I think some people more afraid of actual success. That's what always amazes me, is there's these incredible opportunities that exist out there, even in a world with all these challenges, yet people are so afraid of being successful that they'd rather fail. It's an absolutely ridiculous, absurd concept. But it's so true for many people. Maybe you tuning in feel this way. You're actually more scared to be successful than you are of failure. Get this video out everywhere. Make it viral. I'd like to hear from you. Put your comment, question in the box below. And again, support our sponsor at passiverealestateguide.com. Click the link below right now. Enter your email address, a little bit more information, and download their free ebook. Get this out everywhere. Make it viral. Hard hitting it in your face. I'm Christopher Green. Peace.